Well, today we dealt with a good amount of cloudy skies, but the sunshine is beginning to finally break through now as we head towards the late afternoon. Thank you for tuning in to your Tuesday evening weathercast. Temperatures holding steady in those upper 20s to near 30 degrees. 30 in Tawas, that is the warm spot. 28 from Onway all the way down to Mayo, and everyone else seeing 29 degrees, especially in Rogers City and in West Branch. Those winds, though, relatively light today. Calm conditions in Atlanta all the way to Alpena. Coming out of the northeast at 3 in Oscoda, and even coming out of the west in Onaway at 2 miles per hour, 3 in Rogers City. But the good news, though, the sunshine has broken through, even though it's been a stubborn day when it's come to those clouds. But unfortunately, though, those clouds will make another comeback as we make our way into tonight. So for today, though, sun sneaking through finally, and but overall, dry weather is the name of the game throughout the entire Midwest, and you can say some of this is the calm before the storm, because we will see some big changes when it comes to the weather as we make our way from Wednesday into Friday. And let's just first explain what's exactly going to happen when it comes to precipitation types, because those temperatures will be fluctuating a little bit between now and going into Friday. So let's first start off with, what is snow? Snow is really just when the entire column is frozen, the main precipitation type will be snow altogether. Now, things become a bit more interesting when you deal with sleet and freezing rain. And here's the big difference between both of those. When it comes to sleet, there will be a little bit of a layer just above where it will begin to melt into rain, but then there will be a bit of a deeper layer of frozen air, and that's going to refreeze that liquid rain back into a frozen precip. But it's not going to go back to snow. It's kind of going to be somewhat of a midway between freezing rain and snow, which is called sleet. And then when it hits the surface, you'll hear like this pinging sound against your car and your window, usually referred to as ice pellets. Freezing rain is usually the most troublesome when it comes to these precipitation types, because it's literally going to be a bigger layer of that warmer air above freezing. So it's going to be rain, and there's only going to be just a very shallow, small layer of frozen air, and that's usually going to be right near the surface. So when that rain hits the ground, it's going to freeze over and create a layer of ice, and that is what is called freezing rain. And that usually creates problems not just on the roads, but also for power lines. It creates additional weight on trees, creating damages. And then when you have just pretty much above freezing air from top to bottom, that is just your normal, typical liquid rain. So that is pretty much a breakdown of the precipitation types from snow all the way to rain. And we could be dealing with a little bit of each as we go through the next 48 hours. And here's how it's all going to play out on the futurecast. So for tonight, though, we will begin to see those clouds reemerge. So we'll go from somewhat partly sunny skies at sunset tonight towards cloudy skies by tomorrow. Now, by tomorrow morning, we could see a little bit of this pink. That's indicating wintry mix. That could be sleet early on, changing over into freezing rain. But by tomorrow night, as temperatures maintain themselves above 32 degrees, we'll start seeing just normal rain here throughout northeast Michigan. So really make sure to have that umbrella with you. Now, when it comes to the chances of freezing rain and sleet tomorrow, they'll be around 30%, but still want to make sure to exercise caution on those roads, because it's really going to be that freezing rain that's going to create havoc when it comes to that thin layer of ice, especially during the morning hours as temperatures begin to warm up from those 20s into those lower 30s. Then on Thursday, we're kind of going to start going into reverse. So we're going to start off with rain throughout the day on Thursday, but sometime late Thursday afternoon, the cold front slides through. Those winds change directions from the southwest into the northwest, and that's going to drive in that cold air. So that rain that we have on Wednesday night into Thursday, that's going to begin to freeze over by the time we get to Thursday night. But then this rain will begin to change over to a little bit of that freezing rain, to that sleet, and then we will finish off with snow as we go into the nighttime hours on Friday. So it's going to be quite a mess going into Thursday afternoon into Thursday night as we see that cold air marching in. And then we could even have a couple of lingering flurries very early on Friday, but by then the damage is done when it comes to the cold air. It's here, and it's planning to stick around as we make our way into the weekend, because daytime highs are going to fall from the upper 40s on Thursday afternoon down into the lower teens by Saturday afternoon. And then we could also be dealing with temperatures below zero by the time we wake up Sunday morning. So a big free fall when it comes to that thermometer, but it's really going to be Thursday night. That's really going to be the most dangerous period when it comes to the transition of that precip, but we will start seeing somewhat those first signs of some of those problems, unfortunately, by tomorrow. So by the hour by hour for tonight, though, we will start seeing a buildup in those clouds, becoming a bit drearier by the time we wake up tomorrow morning. Then we could be dealing with a little bit of that sleet tomorrow morning, a little bit of that freezing rain as well. Temperatures warming up to 40 degrees. That will eventually change it over completely into liquid rain into tomorrow night. That's when we begin to increase those rain chances up to 50%. Continue to deal with rain throughout the day on Thursday, but by Thursday night, changing over into snow with an in-between period of even sleet and freezing rain. And then on Friday, we go down to 20 degrees for that high. We're going to keep it mostly dry as we go towards this frigid period, but look at those morning lows really dropping off to -2 on Sunday.